Hello, my name is Declan. Welcome to Space Events June 2023 edition. Let's see what's going on in aerospace this month. As always, we're starting with SpaceX. CRS-28 will take supplies up to the International Space Station aboard the Cargo Dragon capsule. This will be the fifth flight of the booster B-1077, and it will land downrange on a drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean called a Shortfall of Gravitas. Ooh, this will be a mission that will use the shorter MVAC nozzle on the second stage of the Falcon 9. A short stubby thing, and it'll be used when the Falcon 9 doesn't need as much performance to get its payload into orbit, which means it'll have a shorter nozzle. Next up is basically a recurring theme on this show at this point, Starlink. Starlink is a high-speed satellite internet constellation put into space by SpaceX, and these will be the V2 version of the satellite, so the second generation. Everything on this side of the screen is for the first Starlink satellite launch of the month. There are multiple, so these could change. The booster for this mission, B-1078, will land downrange on Just Read the Instructions, and this will be its third flight. Next up for SpaceX, they gotta go to the west coast of Vandenberg Space Force Base for the mission entitled Transporter 8. Transporter 8 is the 8th SmallSat Rideshare mission for SpaceX's Falcon 9. The booster for this mission will come back and land at Landing Zone 4 at Vandenberg. Going to South America is the Syracuse 4B and Heinrich Hertz mission for Arianespace. Going to geostationary transfer orbit, the Heinrich Hertz portion of the mission is a German kind of experimental communication satellite to test new features. And the Syracuse 4B satellite is a French communication satellite for the military. And after 117 flights, 27 years of service, this will be the final flight of the Ariane 5.
And liftoff. Decollage, liftoff from a tropical rainforest to the edge of time itself. James Webb begins a voyage back to the birth of the universe.
Going back to the States, United Launch Alliance has the mission nrol 68. nrol 68 aboard the Delta IV Heavy launch vehicle is a classified satellite for the US National Reconnaissance Office. So we don't really know much about it, the orbit, what it actually is. So next mission. Back to SpaceX, the O3b mPower 5 and 6 mission will take off from the East Coast and go to a medium Earth orbit, which is kind of interesting. The O3b mPower satellites are the second generation network satellites for SES. Unfortunately, June is one of those months where there are a lot of missions that are said to be happening in June, but we don't know the launch date or pretty much anything about the missions at all, which means that they're probably going to be pushed back to July or even further. So I'd recommend going to the social media channels of SpaceX, Rocket Lab, Firefly Aerospace for further information to get the launch dates for those, because I don't know them and we don't know them at the time of making these videos. So with that, we're on the moon time. The full moon for the month of June 2023 is on the 4th, and the new moon is on the 18th. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.